Hello there everyone, it's G-Mech again, back with another video. Doing on a GM10 bolt, just doing some axle seals and an oil change service on this rear. It's a little over 60,000 miles on it. So I thought I'd fire up the camera and show you how I do it. You want to let your oil drain off there. And we're going to take a putty knife and try and clear this all off in here. And then we're going to pull the tires off. Okay, now that we have the cover off, drain the oil out. Now we pulled the tires, the drums, everything off to have real quick access to in behind the axle here. Pull the axles off so we have access to the seal. So let's get that bolt out. We got that bolt out, set that to the side. Now we want to reach up in there and just pull this pin out. Slide right out. Set that in our pan here. And now we can pull our axles out. Okay, now we're at the point here where I already dropped one out here. We want to get these horseshoes out, then that will be able to have us that we can pull the axles out. So we just we turn the carrier here by turning the drive shaft, and then hopefully you can see, get the camera positioned up there, you can see where that's located. Put a little more light on it, you can see it there. Give the axle a little push there. And now we'll just finagle that. We get a little better light here. Take a probe. And really all you have to do is turn that a little bit. And that thing will fall. And there it goes. Turn the axle here a little bit. You got space in it. And there it goes, right in the pan. Alright, now we'll go over to the wheel and pull the axle out. Alright, now we can be able to pull this right off. Really nothing holding it, and there you will see the seal. And now we'll get what I call our slap hammer, and we will get that seal out. Sometimes the slap hammer works, sometimes it doesn't, so this time here we're going to use what I call a seal remover chisel, and then we're going to take and go in here like this. You got to be careful at the edge. You want to get it right here close to the edge to push the edge of the seal in that way to make space to grab a hold and put out without damaging the bearing inside. So you want a nice size hammer to do that. Get it in a good spot. Just like that. we'll have to get a hook. It's unfortunate that you have to destroy the seal to get it out, but that's the way it is. And then what you can do, which I just did right off camera, you get that crunched down a little bit, take the pressure off it, put a pry bar in it, and just pry it right out. Now we're going to get this cleaned up first here, and we'll install the new seal. Alright, just lube this up with a little bit of spray lube. We got it set in place. Now we could take hammer and somewhat clean block of wood and gently tap the new one. And just like that, we got the new one back into place. I like this motor coat all-purpose spray. Spray that up in there. Didn't really get any dirt on there, but if you need to, you could also take a rag. Make sure this is clean. Be careful of the ABS sensor right here. We'll wipe that off. You want to inspect your bearing too while you're having a look at it. This bearing looks really good shape. So now we'll take, now we want to take a rag, get that in the camera there, wipe this all off on the axle, bring this up here, just kind of wipe it all off, make sure it's clean. You want to inspect the axle, make sure it's alright, everything looks to be good. We'll take and spray that up again. Now we'll gently slide our axle back into place. And as you see, as it goes in, the axle gets bigger. And we just have to get it lined up. And voila! We're back into place. Now you repeat on the other side, but to put the horseshoe back in here, the drum can go back on, and this side is finished. Now we just have to do the other side. Okay, now that we got our seals both installed on each side, off camera I went and installed the other ones, just the same as on the first one I did. So now we want to reinstall our horseshoes that hold our axles in place. Pretty much just go in one way, just kind of slide it in there that it gets in place, and you want to put it just like that it seats back in, and then you want to move the light here, you can see a little better, push our other axle in. There, the camera I do believe shows the groove in there nicely. Get the other horseshoe wiped off. Okay, we had to get it lined up there a little better till we get our space. You see the groove there. Take our horseshoe, slide up in. To know that it's in place, we might have to get our hook here to... There, perfect. Now we can turn our differential and install our long pin that holds everything in place. And we just turn the drive shaft here. Kind of hard doing this, holding everything. Oh, you gotta turn it further. So you have to go all the way around. There we go. Yeah. Take and wipe off our pin. Just a rag. It's pretty well clean. Might take some negotiations to get that in there, so we'll get her in. Okay, with sliding the axle there a little bit, we were able to slide it up in. Now we might have to turn the other axle a little bit just to get it in the last spot there. Get our bolt. Wipe that off. And we turn that in place. As I always say, I'll even add it to here, a little bit of maintenance goes a long way. A lot recommend, don't have to take my word for it, but a lot of people recommend that you change your gear oil in your differential before 80,000. Well, I'm being a little extra because I figure an axle, this differential right here is probably about $1,000 if you to purchase it new. So what's 20 bucks worth of fluid? And then we're gonna add a little something extra to help this differential last. Alright, now we're going to go over to the bench and clean our cover. Alright, so basically here all we're going to do with this, because this is a reusable gasket, we're just going to try and wipe this out here as best we can, because I'll probably change it sooner than 60,000. I might do it at 40, which would make it at 100,000 on the truck. There is some metal here, but it's not too bad. I think we will get a little bit of carburetor cleaner here. Just take and clean this up nicely. Alright, get another rag yet. And I'll just finish wiping this off. Get that magnetic strip there pretty clean. Sure it's nice and clean at that gasket. It doesn't look like it's broke at all to me, so I'm going to reuse that. Alright, now we're ready to put it back on the truck. Okay, with everything cleaned up, you want to take and reinstall your cover. You take and put all the bolts back in after you clean them up too. You can run more wire brush. Take and wipe them off with a good rag and wire brush. Make sure we put all of our brackets back on. We'll do that one last because so we can get the ratchet up in there. So I'll nicely line everything back up. And we take our socket, we torque everything up, and we'll just slightly tighten everything up. Just kind of staggering. So we don't want to torque it on there too much. Okay, we get our last bolt on. We torqued all these down. Now we get a ratchet to take off our plug and we'll fill it up. And with just using the ratchet end, stick that in there, loosen that up. You should be able to take the plug off. And there we go. Now we're ready to fill it with oil. Okay, now we want to top off the fluid on our differential here. It takes almost 2 quarts of oil to fill the differential. So what I'm going to do here is this product here is called Motor Coat. It says on the directions to mix 1 ounce per quart, so I mixed 2 ounces in this jug. It was almost full, so I put my synthetic gear oil that the manufacturer recommends for in this axle, and then I put my 2 ounces of Motor Coat in this jug, and I'm going to take and top it off. I'm using a pump here. I don't knock it down. Unfortunately, the nozzle is a little short, but there we're use this pump, and we'll pump it right into our differential here. And then on my drain buggy, I put a piece of plywood. Helped me with my vehicle being on the lift. I was able to do this. So now we'll take and top it off. Okay, we got everything topped off, finished up. You want to fill this up right now. I have this on the lift, I can't top it off completely because it'll actually make it over full. So it's just like right there, and then with that motor coat will actually soak into the metal, and this will be topped off. I'll probably run it for a day or so and then come back, take my plug out, and double check the level. So this is something easy that anybody could do. A couple of hand tools, you know, about an hour or so of time. Use your proper fluids, what your manufacturer calls for. A lot of these axles are the same, straight forward on how to change the axle seals and whatnot. So I want to thank you for watching. This is GMEC. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.